All right, everyone, welcome back to Calorie Blasters. Today, what I want to talk about is how you can lose weight by not being selfish. And everything I'm talking about today, I'm talking about from my own personal experience. When I was a child, I had a nickname, the trash compactor. That's what they used to call me, the compactor. And the reason they used to call me the compactor is because I used to eat food like it was nothing. You know what I'm saying? I would, at a dinner table, I would take more than my fair share, oftentimes at the expense of others, and just eat all of it. There's this one picture of me when I was like 6-7 years old, holding a bottle of Coca-Cola, which I had taken from my brother, and he was crying, he was sad, and I was sitting there smiling, looking evil, very sly in the video, in the photo, that pretty much summed up my life and sort of what led me to sort of gain a lot of weight, sort of being selfish and sort of not thinking about others, particularly when it came time to eat and sitting around a dinner table. So what I want to talk about today is how you can lose weight by not being selfish. And essentially what that means is you need to start thinking about others and sharing with others when you're eating at the dinner table. So for a lot of people, what that is going to mean is so when you're at the table with others, share the food first. Make sure everyone else get their fair share before you get yours. Pass if you purchase food for everyone and say like you're treating everyone out, make sure let everyone order on the menu first, and then when the food comes, pass around the food first before you have your share. And this has helped me a lot in terms of controlling my intake. Just last week, for example, I was out with friends. I treated people out to dinner, and so basically we had a lot. It was like a lot of lamb and steak and all that. So basically, what I did was, instead of me reaching in there to take a lot of food and essentially deprive others of their fair share, like I would have done when I was younger, what I decided to do is I cut all the meat up, and then I served everyone, all my friends, first, and then I took what was I took what was left, and so that actually helped me to not eat so much, and so by thinking about others, I was able to lose a lot of weight. Doing that, not only at the dinner table, but also one of the things I like to do is I like to bake stuff. I like to bake, I like to make pizza, bake cakes and cookies and things like that. That's one of my hobbies. So what I do now is I usually make this for other people. So for friends who like to eat cake or sweet things like that, I bake these things for them, and then I share with them. And I may take a few small piece for myself, but mostly 9 times out of 10. It is that I'm making for other people. I'm making food for other people. When I cook things nowadays, others are eating more than I am. I just sample a bit here and there, and I sample a little bit while making it as well. So I'm less. Tend to eat less anyway. So the thing is thinking about others when you eat, thinking about sharing with others when you guys sit down at the dinner table. That's a very important step in terms of controlling your calorie intake, and also when at the end of the day, as I said in previous videos, one of the things you can do if you want to get into shape is to start thinking about your purpose and focus on your purpose and your goals in this life. And one of the things that can help you do that is if you start making the transition towards thinking about others. The purpose, everything that you do in this life. Generally speaking, we live for ourselves. That's true. But if you want to be successful in this life, you have to think about how you can serve the greatest number of people with your talent or your gift or your profession. And so, getting into the habit of thinking about others is the first step to self-fulfillment. Is the first step to happiness. It's the first step to, once you start thinking in terms of how you can help others and how you can reach out to others and how you can support others, then you're less likely to be focused on yourself, and you're less likely to wallow in self-pity and self-hate and do the kind of things such as overeating or engaging in actions which are undermining and self-defeating. So thinking about others And a simple way you can start in terms of thinking about others is at the dinner table, when you eat with others, and thinking about how you can share, as opposed to trying to take in as much food as you can, or just only thinking about yourself when you go to the buffet. All right, why is that important? Because I mean, I know I go out with friends sometimes. You'll see people, for example, we go out to eat, and we all share, and we're about to split the bill. You know, there's certain people that'll try to eat as get their fair share, eat more than other people, just to kind of, I don't know, maybe to break even. I don't know how people think, but if you're in the business or the mindset of losing weight and improving your life, well, then the first step then is to sort of break with that tradition and move more in the direction of thinking what you can do to share, make sure that others are eating just as much, if not more, than you are at the table. And that's not a bad thing, especially if you're sharing among if you have many friends at the table. And once you get into that mindset, then you're less likely to focus on yourself. You're more likely to become more fit over time, and you find that you actually make more friends as well, or you're actually able to maintain the friends that you have when you adopt this sort of sharing mindset or being considerate of others. So this is definitely a win-win solution. So the key goal here is to not be selfish in terms of eating, or when you sit down to eat, and thinking more of how you can help others to enjoy the experience of eating at the table, making sure others also have their fair share as well. This can help you in multiple ways. It can help you with friendships. It can also help you in terms of looking your very best. All right, everyone. So like the video, comment down below, and subscribe. Thanks.